Aloha Pisces Ohana. My name is Alicia Marie, also known as the Magic Siren, and this is your June 2025 Tarotscope forecast. Today I will be using the Modern Witch deck, the Rider-Waite Centennial deck, the Wild Unknown Pocket deck, and both the Life Purpose and Romance Oracle decks. If you're feeling called to any of the decks that I am using, you can find all of them in my Amazon storefront, which is linked below. Quick announcement, I do have a brand new promo code for the month of June. Use SUMMER15, no spaces, at checkout on themagicsiren.com to get 15% off all personal readings, both emailed and live sessions. A massive thank you to everyone in our Patreon Ohana. Your support means so much to me. I post almost daily over there. If you would like to join our little magical community, you can also find that link down below as well. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you never miss a reading or a magical update. Now let's go ahead and dive into the cards and see what the month of June has in store for you. Okay, Pisces, let's get right into your June 2025 Tarotscope forecast. We're going to go in with a 4-card spread to get a nice, well-rounded vision of what's coming in for you this month. We have the King of Cups coming out here already. We're asking Universe, Spirit, and Tarot to bring forth any messages, guidance, and insights. Let's go ahead and get one more card here. We will be clarifying with 2 other tarot decks and with some oracles, so we will get some deep messages for this forecast. We're asking Tarot and Spirit for one more card to finish out our 4-card spread. What else do we need to know for Pisces? What else is going on? What is coming in for June 2025? Any insight, guidance, messages, maybe answers to any questions? Oh, we have the 7 of Wands. Okay, so we have all reversals coming out here. Like I said, we will clarify, we will get deeper, but let's go ahead and see what we have here on the table so far. We have the King of Cups in reversal, we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands, all reversals. When we see reversals in a tarot reading, it does represent something that could have already happened, or there could be a slight challenge or an obstacle here that is preventing these energies from showing into the upright. I want to go ahead and start with that King of Cups energy. This is your elemental king, okay? When we talk about elemental kings and elemental queens, they are your divine masculine or divine feminine energy that we can tap into. Now, we all have divine masculine and divine feminine within us. We have to have both positive, negative, the yin, the yang, as above, so below, to create that whole energetic being. So we are being asked to tap more into the divine masculine side of our emotions. When we see the King of Cups in the upright, he represents being in a place of emotional balance and maturity. We're not allowing ourselves to make impulsive decisions when we get excited, not doing anything that we might regret when we're angry, really sitting in a place of understanding our feelings and not allowing our feelings to get the best of us. You might be feeling throughout the month of June that your feelings are getting the best of you. Maybe we need to get a little bit more action-based when it comes to allowing ourselves to pump the brakes and say, you know what? I'm not going to make a decision right this minute. I'm going to sit on this information. I'm going to process this information, and then I'm going to make a decision based on my logics and not necessarily my emotions. The King of Cups being in reversal, I do want to make sure that we clarify that, because I want to know what challenges or obstacles are preventing you from getting to a place of emotional balance, really mastering your emotions. You know, the king, all the king cards in the tarot deck are the masters of their suit. This suit of cups is the suit of emotions. You have the potential to be the master of your own emotions, but there is something there that is preventing us from doing so. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reversal. This is one card, including the 3 of Swords, that I actually like seeing in the reversal, because this means that things are starting to slowly get easier for you. When we see the 5 of Pentacles in the upright, it's like we're very much still in the thick of it. We are going down this pathway or this journey, and it's really difficult to get there. We're climbing and we're climbing, and it's almost kind of like, when are we going to get to the end of the tunnel? When can I start to see things get easier for me? This 5 of Pentacles showing out in reversal tells me that the hard part is over. The part of emotional distress, the part of feeling like we want to give up, where we feel like, oh, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's slowly over. Things will start to get easier for you. But I think we just need to believe that, right? It's like we're coming down this other side of this hill with more momentum. You've learned so much from whatever this sort of situation was, or some of the situations that you're still going to be encountering through the month of June. You've learned so much about it through this emotional experience that we can really use those lessons to motivate and really create more momentum moving forward into something that's going to be a little bit easier for you to navigate. The Three of Swords is in the reversal here. When we see the Three of Swords in the upright, it really represents emotional difficulties. This could feel like a heartbreak. It doesn't have to necessarily be a heartbreak in love. It absolutely can be. So maybe romantically you went through a breakup recently, or maybe romantically you come to terms about something that's not going to work and we have to navigate, leaving a situation. But this can also just be any sort of emotional distress. This can be like a project that we really were passionate about that didn't work out for us. Maybe we had plans to go on a vacation or a trip and it's just not working out for us right now, or something happened in the past that really kind of made you sad and upset. Maybe you did lash out because your emotions got the best of you. But when we see this in reversal, it means that we're finally in a place where we're starting to heal from it. A lot of people will say that the Three of Swords is like forgiveness and we're forgiving the situation or the person or whatever. I personally, as your therapist, I don't believe that everybody deserves your forgiveness, because there are people that do not deserve your forgiveness. However, I think every single person deserves to forgive themselves for carrying the weight of the emotional distress, for allowing things to maybe happen in our life, for not seeing a red flag sooner than maybe what we saw it for. This is going to be a month for you, the month of June, to forgive yourself, to release that burden, to be gentle on your emotions, to be gentle on your future sort of pathway and journey. Things are not going to be as hard for you the month of June, and honestly, probably going through the rest of this year. Things are starting to become more clear on what you want. You're not having to defend all of your actions anymore. You're not having to fight for everything. You're not having to even fight for any sort of justice, because it's all kind of coming in naturally now. The Seven of Wands in the upright is like, we're having to defend everything we're doing. We're defending our actions, we're defending our choice of words, we're defending the people around us, we're defending our own heart and emotions, we're having to fight for everything. But this is not necessarily happening anymore. We're in this place where we don't maybe even have the energy to fight anymore. Maybe we're in this place where we're like, we just don't want to deal with it. We're just going to start moving forward. And I like that. I do like that energy. But there is a very important message here that even though we just want to move forward and we don't want to invest too much energy and time into it, we still have to make sure that we are staying emotionally balanced, because sometimes we can go too far on one side or too far on the other. We can go too far into our emotions that we end up doing rash or impulsive motions, decisions, or actions. And then we can go to the other side where we're like, well, we just don't care at all. And we just ignore all of our emotions and our intuition and just start going, barreling forward. I want to go ahead and clarify. I want to see what these challenges or obstacles are across the board here for you, because there is this need for us to potentially overcome them. We have a few cards kind of flying out here. We have the Two of Pentacles come out. We have the Three of Cups. We also have the Hierophant in reversal. Whatever this emotional distress was, it definitely made you sort of change your lifestyle, your day-to-day routine, the structure that you built for yourself. You're in this position now where things are different. Maybe you don't have a routine, and the month of June will be an important month for you to build a new routine. Look at you moving forward from the 7 to the 8 of Wands. Okay, we're going to clarify these again with another tarot deck in just a few minutes, but let's digest this first set of clarifying cards, okay? We have the Two of Pentacles here. Now, the Two of Pentacles can feel like work hard, play hard, we're juggling all the things, and I understand that maybe you feel like you are juggling all the things right now, but are you allowing yourself to work in unison with all areas of your life? So look, we have this sort of concept of you're juggling a lot of ideas, and maybe you're juggling your projects, and maybe you're like, well, even though I'm not necessarily listening to my emotions all the time, I'm still getting things done. That's fine. But how long can you keep that up before we drop a pentacle? How long can we keep up the juggling act before we accidentally drop a ball? That's where it's like, let's find the balance between our work life, our emotional life, our spiritual life, and our home relaxing life. So that way we're not burning the candle on both ends. We're not spreading ourselves too thin. We're not allowing, things to be overlooked. And I think that's important for the month of June. Maybe the month of June is the month where we slow down for the first 3 weeks or so. Really kind of go in, what is our emotions telling us, on top of our logics, on top of our actions, really kind of coming together and creating this sort of day-to-day routine for ourselves. And then that last week of the month, we start to move forward faster again. But let's maybe slow things down. Let's allow ourselves to be like, okay, things are not so hard right now. I don't have to fight for everything. I can slow down just a little bit. I don't have to be in fight or flight mode right now. We have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups represents celebrating with friends and family and allowing ourselves to enjoy life. Maybe you haven't spent much time with your friends or family. Maybe there is that community that you would really enjoy spending time with, but you just haven't. Allow yourself to go out and do fun things. Fulfill your cups. This summer energy is meant for us to enjoy ourselves, to be able to go out and just have a good time. And I think maybe sometimes when we are in the Five of Pentacles in the upright, where it's like we're constantly going up this hill and we're having to fight and we have to not give up and just keep going, it could be very easy for us to not have fun. It could be very easy for us to put fun on the back burner. But now it's time to bring it back up, because remember, we're trying to find balance between all things in our life. And that's where building a solid routine is gonna help you not only find balance, but also find healing, find personal forgiveness, find emotional capacity for new things in the future. The Hierophant in the upright is all about structure, routine, tradition. The key to success is showing up for yourself every day. This is that lifestyle that you build for yourself. This is in reversal. And more than likely, it's because whatever that emotional distress was that we've gone through and probably are still going through a little bit, it did change our day-to-day life. It did change our day-to-day routine. It changed our structure, the structure we built in our life, because things changed. Does that mean that we can't go in and rebuild something new? No. This is a good time for you to do that. Like I said, the first 3 weeks of June, at least the first 2 weeks of June, is going to be about building that routine for yourself so we can find balance, right? A balanced routine is going to help us move forward quickly in the future to get to that sort of next phase or that next level or the next adventure that maybe we're looking for, okay? The Eight of Wands also represents forward movement, but it represents communications as well. So maybe as we start to kind of go through these things, we start to talk to our friends more. We start to meet new people. We start to have more conversations and network to open up new opportunities, to open up new ideas, to allow ourselves to get ready for the next thing. I want to go ahead and see maybe what the next thing is. Let's go ahead and pull out our final tarot deck here. We'll do some oracles in a minute, but I'm asking Tarot and Universe for some final clarity here. Ooh, Seven of Wands again. When you get two or more of the same card in a reading, it just means that what we're saying about that card is very much true for you at this time. And it is a bigger theme or a bigger message to take away from the reading. So if you don't take anything else away from this reading today, at least take this away. You are no longer in fight or flight mode. You are no longer having to defend every single thing that you do. You don't have to fight for anything right now. Allow yourself to step back a little bit. Allow yourself to retreat. Not everyone is your enemy right now. Not everybody wants to come for your head right now. Take a moment for yourself and breathe. Take a moment for yourself, maybe kind of go inward and allow yourself to be like, okay, I want to reevaluate what my sort of personal life looks like on a regular basis. Again, Hierophant energy. If you're having a hard time doing that, only reach out to the friends, the family, the community that supports you, not the people that you have to defend yourself against, okay? And if you're finding that the community of people that you thought were your friends are the ones that you're having to defend yourself against, okay, then those are the people that we might want to retreat from for a while. all right? Let's go ahead and continue to clarify. I think it's really important, though, that I talked a little bit more about that Seven of Wands, because it is a bigger theme to take away from this reading for you, Pisces. We have Judgment in reversal, okay? Not allowing the judgment or the opinions of others to sway your decisions. What did we talk about with the Seven of Wands? We don't have to fight or defend our actions anymore, okay? Your actions are yours for a reason. We have the Eight of Cups, or the Seven of Cups, excuse me. We have lots of options and opportunities on the horizon for us. I think we just need to have the space and the mental capacity, as well as the emotional capacity, to be able to see them and make that decision moving forward. We also have the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords in this deck, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about these. So again, I talked already about the Seven of Wands. That Seven of Wands coming out twice tells me that you've definitely been in this sort of defensive mode. And it's not necessarily defensive in a bad way. Again, this could be maybe in your job, you felt like you had to fight for hours. Or maybe within your family, it's like you make certain decisions. Maybe you wanted to travel, or maybe you wanted to start a business, or maybe you went back to school, whatever it is. And someone in your family or someone in your community was asking you, well, why did you do that? Or like, I don't know if that's the best choice, or whatever the case is. It's almost like somebody is raining on your parade, and you have to constantly defend what it is that you're doing, or your opinion, or your view on things. This could even be, we have a lot going on in the world, even like geopolitically. Maybe there's something there that it's like you are having to defend your viewpoint on things, right? But all of that energy is very draining. It could be emotionally draining. It could get the best of you emotionally. We might start to find ourselves making rash decisions or saying things that we don't even necessarily mean. And now we're in this position where we're just drained. Again, dropping the ball, burning the candle at both ends, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. There is the need for us to take a step back from that. Anyone's opinion or judgment that is really weighing heavily on your opinions, try your best to separate those, at least through the month of June, right? When we see Judgment in the upright, it's like, okay, divine timing is at work here, and you're being asked to release these old versions of yourself so that way you can use your best judgment moving forward. We're not carrying anything that could cloud our judgment, but our judgment is being affected and clouded by the opinions and judgments of others in our life right now. I would really say this being on top of this is very telling for me, because you have friends or family or community that lift you up. Let's lean in on that community, those people, instead of the others whose opinion and judgment really should not matter. It really should not weigh as heavily as it does in your life. Once we get over that hump, and we start to create that new day-to-day routine for ourselves, we start to find balance. We start to retreat from the energy of having to defend our actions and our decisions and our choices and our viewpoints. We start to see that there are plenty of options and choices almost appearing out of thin air. The Seven of Cups is almost kind of like spoiled for choices. There's so many choices here for you, and we don't know which cup to choose. And because we don't necessarily know which cup to choose, we might allow the judgment or opinions of others to sway which cup we are choosing. But here's the thing, I want you to silence all of that and only go based on your truest logic, your intuition, your decisions. What does your mind tell you in which direction to go in? And I want you to choose that. I want you to choose that. The Father of Swords is the master of logics, the masters of analytics. You have the answers to the direction or choices that you are going to eventually make, as long as you honor that mastery within you. The Father of Swords is not afraid to speak his mind either. And there might be some people in your life here with that Eight of Wands on top of that Seven of Wands in reversal. There might be some people in your life that you do need to tell them, listen, I am my own person. My opinion, my judgment, my decisions are mine and mine alone. And if I take your opinion and your judgment into consideration, then that should be enough for anybody. But I am not required to do so. Don't be afraid to speak your boundaries out loud to those people, because it's really important for you. I actually want to see what's going on when it comes to your emotional connections with people. Okay, we had a couple of cards kind of come out here, so we're going to go ahead and see what they are. We have express your love. Okay, there's quite a few here. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So expressing ourselves, we just talked about that with the Father of Swords, okay? Allowing yourself to express who you are, what you want, without the fear of what's to come, okay? We also have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others, and we talked about that multiple times, okay? Multiple times we talked about this. We also have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So it's almost kind of like we literally talked about all of these things. This is the universe confirming all the things that we talked about. Trust that divine timing is working out for you, and trust your own decisions. Trust your own judgment. Trust your own opinion. Trust that the choices that you make are going to be for your best benefit, because who knows you better than you, right? And if you feel like you need a little bit of help, don't be afraid to reach out to those friends that support and lift you up. I want to go ahead and get a general oracle here, our life purpose oracle. This is just any extra messages that maybe Spirit has for you. Okay, let's see. We have body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. Again, you are no longer in fight or flight mode. Heal. Take some extra time in the month of June. Do some yoga, do some breath work, stretch. Even if you don't regularly stretch or get active, get a little bit active this month. Okay? Allow yourself to relax. Breathe out that tension. You've been holding tension. More than likely, if you're watching this, Pisces, you have tension in your shoulders or your neck. Relax. Take a deep breath right now. Unclench your jaw. Okay? Breathe it out and allow yourself to move forward in this month of June without allowing other people to get the best of your emotions. Okay? Trust in your universe and trust in yourself. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you were able to find clarity and guidance with it. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can go to themagicsiren.com and get a personal reading over there. I also post regularly on Patreon, so if you would like to join that community, I highly recommend you do as well. And I do post regularly here on YouTube, so make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so that way you can get another reading soon, okay? Otherwise, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Aloha.